Level 1. Turnover Cleaner. You scrub a stranger's bathroom with the blue toilet brush pressed against stained tile. Beside dirty cups, you check the cracked phone screen counting down the next check-in. You drag the white mesh laundry bag down a narrow walk-up staircase. At the laundromat, you feed quarters into the coin slot beside separated linens. You hold the frayed bath towel as the host argues over replacements. From the hatchback, you lift the duct-taped vacuum hose like your only asset. You refill coffee pods from the sleeve beside toilet paper, soap, and paper towels. Before blame starts, you frame scratches and broken blinds through the phone camera grid. In the back seat, you steady the bulk paper towel pack sliding between trash bags. A trashed studio fills the frame. Glittered bathtub, beer cans, stained sheets, running timer. You wipe the fogged bathroom mirror with luggage wheels echoing beyond the apartment door. At the mattress seam, you rebuild the bed around the hidden stain. You grip the rusted stairwell gate while the neighbor blocks your path. In the hatchback, you unwrap a gas station sandwich with cleaner smell on your hands. You wait beside the spinning washer door under fluorescent laundromat lights. Behind your seat, you stack plastic laundry baskets high across the rear window. You photograph the burgundy couch cushion as the guest denies the wine stain. At the hatchback latch, you breathe through your teeth over the open trunk. You blot the wine mark with a white cleaning rag in slow layers. At the table, you count rubber-banded bills to $1,400 per month. You smooth the fitted sheet corner seconds before the next guest unlocks. Inside the supply caddy, you tape the spare keynote for late-night host emergencies. Level 2. Guest Runner. Rain hammers the sidewalk as luggage crowds the dead smart lock under guest cameras. You load towels and batteries into a clear SUV storage bin before sunrise. You splash clean running sneakers through the parking garage toward a lockbox. Before arrivals, you test the black building fob against the backup entry path. You stuff the plastic towel bundle receipt into your jacket at the corner store. At the lobby visitor clipboard, you spell the host name for the guard. You pack AA batteries beside chargers and spare keypads behind the driver's seat. Before arrival, you check the frosted freezer drawer left open in the unit. You press the tiny reset pin into a frozen keypad under the awning. At the bank counter, you read the stamped deposit slip at $3,200 per month. You open the hidden guest message after the host changes the door code. Across the city zone, you follow the dashboard phone mount from lobby to garage. You click open the wall-mounted lockbox beneath the leaking gutter. At the hardware counter, you grip the battery blister pack during a backup code call. You point at the empty pillow shelf while the host blames your run. Inside the unit, you place the folded backup linen stack onto the couch. You divide the used SUV trunk with labeled bins in every corner. Neon rain streaks the wet windshield as the SUV cuts across the city grid. You stare at the unanswered call screen with 3 dirty units still waiting. Beside the orange traffic cone, you write which problems need dashboard access first. You record a voice note waveform with linens pressing against your shoulder. At the empty blanket shelf, you prove replacements are on the way. You check the last door code with rain dripping from your wet jacket cuff. From the driver's seat, you ask the host for the dashboard invitation email. Level 3. Co-host. You rewrite the listing title on the clean laptop keyboard between cups and receipts. Before sunrise, you answer the guest app notification at a coffee shop table. You straighten the navy blazer sleeve in the car mirror before the owner meeting. Across the calendar, you point at the empty block during the photo budget argument. You silence the triple notification stack buzzing from guest apps, cleaners, and owners. In the corridor, you schedule cleaners along the carpet runner for 8 units. You set weekend prices beside the stadium event flyer before competitors notice demand. At the empty linen closet, you answer the owner's group chat blame over missing stock. 8 laptop windows blaze at once. Early check-in, late cleaner, revenue question, failed code. On speakerphone, the accountant says, co-host fees reached $5,000 per month over receipts. You test the apartment keyring along the guest path from street door to bedroom. Near the tripod light stand, you angle towels and lamps for the listing shoot. You read the 1-star draft review while the owner begs for rescue. On the apartment balcony rail, you write the refund amount onto a receipt. You update check-in instructions from the steering wheel laptop tray in the parking lot. Across scuffed lobby tile, you follow black suitcase wheel streaks under resident stairs. You set the clean laptop, blazer, and phone on the owner's glass coffee table. Over a printed listing photo, you circle the shots with stronger selling power. You face the board member by the brass mailbox wall over the first fine warning. After dark, you send owner summaries beneath the parking lot lamp. A hallway stretches with a row of apartment doors under your turnover control. Under the entry lamp, you place the welcome note card beside the extra key. You fold the condo board letter beside route notes naming lobby complaints. Against the clear tape strip, you repair the torn warning letter for proof. You photograph the side door path before the board meeting. Beside the owner's coffee mug, you refuse to ignore the board letter. You refresh calendars under the calendar alert bell across all 8 listings. Near the laptop, you sort the owner key stack instead of loose supplies. A multi-calendar dashboard becomes a small city of bookings, codes, chats, and routes. Across the table, you slide the blank lease application under your own name. Level 4, Arbitrage Host. You negotiate permission over the lease clause page about subletting. At the curb, you raise the cargo van roll-up door on stacked furniture boxes. You push the flat pack cart through the parking lot with mattress boxes sideways. Against the studio wall, you stretch yellow measuring tape for a boutique-looking sofa. You race beside the elevator reservation tag during the freight window. On the floor, you work the Allen key through a bed frame bolt. You pause under the ceiling knock mark before the first booking exists. At the smart lock keypad, you program the guest code with backup access nearby. A bare apartment transforms in one day. Mattress bloom, wall art, rolled towels, balcony lights, camera. Beside furniture receipts, you read $14,000 per month on the monthly payout statement. You haul linen stacks past the storage unit padlock at sunset. At the loading door, you receive mismatched dining chairs from the furniture vendor. You set the price slider low enough for launch without party bait. Through the lobby, you carry the boxed replacement lamp for the first complaint. You pin rent checks under the fridge magnet beside the unanswered dinner text. On the proof sheet, you study photos richer than the hallway outside. You replay the landlord voicemail screen about suitcase traffic and lease risk. Over the marked paper calendar, you calculate which weekends must carry rent. You replace bedding around the new duvet insert before arrival. 3 rented units glow in separate windows while supplies unload below. You point at the out-of-service elevator sign during the refund demand. At the door, you face the packed overnight bag after the 3 a.m. emergency. You sweep broken water glass barefoot in the kitchen. With one hand, you tighten the loose table bolt during a guest message. You lean the mattress box label beside unopened art and towels. By the balcony bistro chair, you turn furniture away from the bad view. You read the no parking sign after the refused late-night turnover. Against the van's steering wheel, you press your forehead before the supply run. You read the rent reminder alert beneath the new booking notification. On the wall, you pin the occupancy chart with rent due dates and review targets. Level 5, Superhost Cluster Operator. At the storage unit door, you pull a labeled supply bin for 4 urgent turnovers. At the curb, you pack robes and smart locks across the newer SUV cargo mat. You stack branded welcome cards beside soaps and folded towels on metal shelves. Over the pushpin city map, you mark apartment clusters and parking traps. You hand supply bags beside the assistant clipboard at the storage door. With the laminated cleaning checklist, you face pushback over guest visible details. You inspect the bathroom mirror edge for streaks, drain hair, and towel folds. Across the city, beds strip, sinks get repaired, balconies get photographed, and suitcases roll in. You total the concert weekend payout packet at $32,000 per month in gross revenue controlled. From the inspection video, you order chairs before the wobbly leg causes complaints. You hold cash beside the leaking sink pipe as the maintenance vendor demands payment. Around the convention badge, you change minimum night rules to block party bookings. You circle smell and check-in speed across the printed review stack. At the unit door, you snap the black checklist folder closed. From the driver's seat, you listen to the assistant headset handle guest calls. Inside the storage unit, you stock the metal shelves with towels, soaps, robes, batteries, locks, and coffee. You unzip the throw pillow cover and replace the stain before arrival. A glowing route map pulses with check-ins, turnovers, repairs, and delayed arrivals. You unfold the red violation notice after inspectors force 2 listings offline. In the hallway, you face the inspector badge while suitcases wait. You fold the violation notice into your pocket with guest moves already ordered. On the calendar, you shade the grayed-out blocks where 2 listings went dark. You hand over the replacement unit keycard to save an arrival. At the permit office, you take a ticket with folders instead of towels. Level 6, Portfolio Operator. You line the operations wall with labeled key boxes for apartments, duplexes, and houses. Across the cleaner lot, you park the leased pickup with magnetic door logos. You assign runners from the dispatch wall monitor for early check-ins. Over the color-coded work order, you separate urgent repairs from owner vanity. You review the timesheet for the oversized house with a tight arrival window. From the supply room, you roll the linen rack toward numbered vans. The dispatch board shows 18 homes, 11 turnovers, 3 maintenance calls, 2 early check-ins, and 1 angry owner. Behind the supply cage, you inventory backup appliances around the caged microwave. You point at the tool bag while water drips in the guest bathroom. Across the rule-setting tablet, you protect weekends across 18 listings. You test shower pressure during the property walkthrough before signing. At the bank counter, you count the monthly deposit packet to $65,000 per month. You answer the international call screen from an angry owner. Beside the pickup bedliner, you throw your keys during the call. You teach the escalation flowchart to the operations crew for guest issues. In the parking lot, you hand-numbered supply bags to cleaners. You ring the front counter bell in the small office full of waiting staff. Vans fan out as the rolling warehouse door drops behind the morning wave. You read the assistant's resignation draft about every decision routing through you. Into the bound operations binder, you write photo rules, linen counts, scripts, and approvals. You leave the family event invitation unopened beside the blinking guest alerts. Along the shelves, you check the battery bin label against towel and soap counts. You leave the unsigned owner contract on the table after refusing discount luxury service. Inside the silent phone pouch, you hand your phone to the assistant for 1 hour. You fold the office floor blanket beside the unopened family invitation after emergency nights. Across the owner meeting calendar, you block owner meetings over guest errands. You mark the call routing chart for cleaners, vendors, runners, assistants, and yourself. From the observation notebook, you shadow the team without touching the work. You hold the runner's radio during the comp authority question. Around the staff radio dock, you survey supply cages, dispatch screens, key boxes, and command room radios. The morning operation launches at once. Cleaners, runners, vendors, vans, keys, linens, and 18 homes. Toward a visiting owner, you rotate the dispatch screen and sell the machine. Level 7. Property Management Owner. You watch staff unload supplies beside 2 branded vans and a company decal. Through the luxury condo tower, you trace guest flow from the valet stand. You hold the HOA nameplate while challenges hit noise, parking, and suitcase traffic. At the mattress corner tag, you reject weak beds, cheap locks, and bad lighting. You arrange keys and welcome packets across the front desk key tray. 10 property owners face the conference speaker as transformations, calendars, reviews, and projections fill the room. You mark the owner use calendar card against peak season revenue demands. At the city office counter, you carry permit folders past waiting chairs. You point to the crooked caulk line before firing the weak repair contact. During the fee review, the accountant says, gross bookings under management reached $130,000 per month over a tablet. You hang the embroidered staff jacket beneath robes, soaps, batteries, and branded cards. In the glass living room, you hold your fee against the owner's negotiation. You place the house standard placard for towel count, coffee, locks, and maintenance rules. A branded van convoy crosses town from office to condo tower to new build walkthrough. You pin before and after photos to the board to prove company value. At the white tablecloth, you host an owner dinner about trust, fees, and control. You study the portfolio wall map spreading managed homes across the city. Across the homeowner's gold pen, you refuse a refund outside company control. At the office door handle, you grip the knob in a branded jacket before the team. At dusk, managed properties light up as cleaners, vendors, and guests move through town. You place the guest email sign-up card beside repeat stays and referrals. On the competitor proposal packet, you see 2 owners stolen after a bad review week. You tear the proposal against the elevator handrail after the lost owner meeting. Beside the operations radio, you confront platform-dependent reviews. You slide the direct booking QR card into the branded welcome packet. From the passenger seat route sheet, you ride from one owner inspection to the next. You rebuild the onboarding checklist around photos, permits, standards, and vendor backups. Across the discounted fee sheet, you refuse to match empty pricing. You stand under the office wall logo while staff move through the branded office. A wide shot catches company names on vans, uniforms, packets, glass, and signs across town. You spread the referral card stack across the conference table. Over the billboard proof, you approve the company name for the roadside sign. Level 8. Regional STR Brand. A travel day cuts from airport lounge to rental SUV, lake inspection, drone shoot, and owner dinner. You settle into the business class seat shell with garment bag and market folders. You meet the branded Sprinter van at the lake market side door. Inside the lake house, you hold the designer fabric swatch near the selling photo spot. You weigh the amenity upgrade list against the market manager's resistance. On the kitchen island, you charge drone batteries before the weather window. You review arrivals on the rental SUV tablet mount between markets. A drone rises over lake homes, beach units, warehouses, and model properties. You choose linen standards from the sample ring for every market. Beside the warehouse pallet jack, you defend the new packing system. You stand by the staged fire pit in the designer-furnished model property. At the owner dinner, you read $375,000 per month in the regional finance packet. You unwrap wall art during the beach house install. Across the staff transfer schedule, you move people before the festival weekend. You support the designer beside the upholstered headboard against budget cuts. From the road, you approve the 4-item call sheet. Lake decks, beach cleaners, and warehouse staff jump across the night sequence. You place the branded keycard beside robes, vans, guides, and model home signage. You tap the sauna quote while the owner demands premium rates without upgrades. Along the gravel driveway marker, you ride with the market manager past destination homes. You open the carbon fiber drone case before approving the luxury shoot. Across the brand standards booklet, you check towels, robes, photos, repairs, and guest tone. You compare the vendor rate card against backup options in the market. At the table, you find the vendor overpayment receipt hidden among refunds. Under Restaurant Valet Lights, you open the refund audit without looking up. You lay the vendor invoice folder between yourself and the market manager. Over the audit packet, you separate losses from fraud using refunds, reviews, photos, and work orders. You pull apart a guest kit box in the warehouse aisle. Outside the lake house, you answer the midnight call screen from the next market. On the rental SUV hood, you sign the termination letter. You redline the contract tab for refunds, vendor approvals, and owner upgrades. Beach cleaners, lake photographers, city managers, warehouse packers, and airport departures start one morning. You grip the branded luggage tag on market folders and travel clothes. Through the unfinished chef kitchen, you point to controls, contracts, and premium rates. Level 9. Luxury Portfolio Principle. You fasten the steel watch clasp beneath a tailored travel cuff. At the glass lake house gate, you arrive behind the Range Rover grill and branded vans. At dawn, market manager cars split from the warehouse toward lake gates, coastal villas, and mountain cabins. You walk investors along the infinity pool edge during the luxury home tour. You compare market map pins for permits, nightly rates, demand, and restriction risk. Across the luxury owner contract, you hold control over standards and availability. You tour the warehouse aisle sign among robes, bikes, cribs, saunas, and appliances. From the departure lane, you watch branded vans roll toward destination properties. You approve the marble kitchen island because premium rates need camera proof. Beside the wall of keys, you brief market managers before routes split. You reject the investor term sheet where permit risk can trap capital. In the investor room, the CFO says, "The portfolio controls $1 million per month in gross booking value," into the microphone. Black SUV doors open at a coastal villa as uniformed cleaners finish walkthroughs. You mark the sauna blueprint for a mountain property entering the premium tier. You point from the pool gear rack toward peak arrival supplies. Over the renovation punch list, you refuse lower standards for the coastal owner. You return brass keys without raising your voice. Inside the luxury guidebook, you place door codes, robe details, and concierge messages under your brand. You inspect the warehouse lease sign by drive times, density, staff access, and owner growth. Drones lift from one property while cleaners enter homes and maintenance trucks stop at gates. You roll the leather carry-on through the airport beside branded garment bags. From the warehouse floor, you approve the guest experience crate of bikes, robes, cribs, and appliances. You hold the market manager radio during the argument to save a restricted city. At the steep gravel driveway, you reject the beautiful home for fragile operations. You read the permit freeze notice while booked arrivals crowd the calendar. Outside the city office, you mark the capital map red under a loosened tie knot. You spread the license correction packet on the car hood beside maps and arrivals. Across the capital allocation board, you redirect expansion toward clearer destination markets. A convoy crosses the lake town: maintenance truck, linen van, photographer SUV, and principal car. You point at the frozen launch calendar until the investor accepts slower growth. You walk the glass hallway reflection while managers report arrivals and repairs. Beside the Mercedes rear door, you watch fresh robes load into a branded van. Inside the warehouse, managers lift keys from the wall as radios crackle and vehicles start. A drone pulls over luxury homes, branded vans, uniformed cleaners, maintenance trucks, black SUVs, drone teams, and you walk past the manager key wall.